New York, it all sucks. Okay,
Yeah,
it's all underwhelming. The Giants wearing Montreal Canadian uniforms. Okay, it didn't help them. Okay, the ball loses weight, but doesn't lose the opportunity to win games. He's horrible. Okay, the Jets go to San Francisco, Tommy. Okay, go to San Francisco. They can't win the game. Okay, Aaron Rodgers was good enough to help you, but again, Soler. Okay, Robert Soler.
Oh, I heard you ripping him yesterday.
Well, he looks the part, okay? Yeah. He looks the part. I mean, if you look around the National Football League, okay? Look around the league, okay? Can you find a guy that looks more like a head coach than Saleh? He looks the part. But it's like a date, okay? You take out Robert Saleh, okay? And the woman on the other side says, just don't open your mouth. You look good, okay? Don't speak. Every time you speak, you're a dumbass, okay? But you look great at the date on the other side of the other side of the table, okay? Other side of the table. You understand, Kap. Okay. 0-1 across the board, and people they complain about the Bears, okay? Complain about the Bears. And we're both 0-1, Jets and Giants.
By the way, how stupid was I? I had the Giants as my best pick of the week.
Why?
Because I thought I thought their defense would be better. I thought that they would do enough. They were getting a point at home, and they were like 6 in a row at home as an underdog, covering the number. And I didn't expect Sam Darnold to come in there and start spinning it the way he did.
Fat Jack's best play, Black and Abdallah's Fat Jack, best play of the week, Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, well, that's why he's a professional. I'm a slappy.
You call yourself a slappy.
Yeah.
What was worse Sunday, Caleb Williams' play or the offensive line?
Oh, wow. I think that can I give them both the first prize?
You're not on Marquee, so you actually got to give one here at ESPN.
I would say, I don't know what that means. Like, what does that mean?
Well, because you put it right down the middle on TV, you can give both sides.
No, I don't do that. I give you how I feel. I'm.
Yep.
I would probably say the offensive line, and that's a high bar to clear in terms of bad, because I thought there was a lot of things that Caleb did wrong, but. When you're having to shuffle your right guard, this isn't high school where, the guards used to run in the plays. That's how we used to bring in plays. You had a rotating guard system. I mean, this is 40 years ago. So I don't think that rotating guards ultimately is going to be what they want with the kind of offense they want to be. Coleman Shelton struggled. I was surprised Tevin Jenkins did not have a good game. I did not believe. I mean, in the run game, he was certainly better than the pass game, but you don't expect a guy his size to be knocked back the way he was. But look, the Titans probably are going to give the Bears the most difficult challenge on the interior of their offensive line all season long. Doesn't mean that it's going to be a cakewalk from here on in, but I just think that this was a tough assignment for the offensive line. It was a tough assignment for Caleb as well. Think about it. Anybody who believes that what you see in preseason and training camp correlates to what you see in the regular season is just a dope. Like, you're not playing against 2s and 3s. You're playing against the defense. First of all, you didn't have any film on. It's the first time play calling defensive coordinator. It's the first time he's played against, ones. It's the first time that a team is prepared for him. So you had to think that the hurdle was going to be significantly higher than anything he had faced in the preseason. But there are a bunch of guys on that offensive line that have played a bunch before. This was his first start. So I would say the offensive line for the reasons I gave you.
Tommy, you and I were talking with Olin last night. In terms of the run game, we saw less Cole Kmet and more Gerald Everett. We saw less Mercedes Lewis. Yet Olin's point was early in the game, DeAndre Swift, 6 yards, 1 yard, 6 yards. He said, this is him saying that Coleman Shelton able to get out and make a reach block. Did they get away from the run game? And would that be the bedrock of your game plan this Sunday night?
I think you got to be more balanced. That's for sure. And Olin's right. Like, they had success early on. I don't know that over the course of a 60-minute game that they were going to continue having success doing that. I think in spurts, but over the course of time, I just don't know that you want to continue to bang your head against that wall trying to run against Sweat and against Jeffrey Simmons. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're trying to get to the edge, that's more likely, but I don't know. I think every game plan is unique and different based on the the defense you're facing. I can't sit here and tell you that because they got off to a quick start running the ball that was going to translate for the entirety of the game. I mean, I would flip it around and ask you, if that was the case, why did the Bears not have the same trouble with the Titans running game in the second half? You know what I'm saying? Because adjustments are made.
They didn't get cross to 50.
No, but in the first half, everyone says like this was a great game for the defense. It was a great 30 minutes for the defense. In the first half, they gave up 164 yards and 17 points and 2 drives of better than 73 yards for touchdowns. So I give them all the credit in the world. I give Coach Eberflus credit as well for, whatever the adjustments are. I think you guys had that argument the other day. They were a different football team in the second half on the defensive side of the ball than they were in the first half. And I would say to you that because they're so good in the trenches defensively, the Titans would have, made sure that they were going to shore things up. And I just don't think banging your head against the wall was the right way. Now, when you face the Texans, different story.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you do have to. I think the best way to attack the Texans is ball control. I mean, like that offense scored a bunch of points last year, but now they've added Stephon Diggs, and now they've got, Joe Mixon, who ran for 160 yards. The best way, someone asked the best way, how you
keep them off the field.
Keep them off the field. And that means you got to be better on third downs. And to go back to Sunday again, like, I don't think I made this point on the radio the other day. I don't think you're going to see the Bears play another half of football this year where they had more advantageous.
I was just going to say, you said that. Yeah.
Field position and makeable third downs. You realize in the first half, they got the ball on their own 43, their own 48, their own 30, and the Tennessee 34. They had third down. These were their following third downs: 3rd and 3, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 5. They didn't convert a third down until the second half. So your average starting position's about your own 45, and you've got third and makeable. Like, you do that. I almost swore. You do that stuff against the Texans, you're going to get beat by 21. So I would say, the key on Sunday night offensively, you got to get more from this group, and you can't just lean on defense and special teams against better teams with a competent quarterback.
Mentioned about the Texans. What about from the offensive standpoint with C.J. Stroud? They sonically were able to get the job done, getting to the playoffs. They came out of nowhere. What can the Bears defense do against a potent Texans offense?
Well, I would start with trying to control the running game, because that's an element that maybe they could run the ball last year, but not like they did in week 1. And I think how they project to run the football, they are such a difficult challenge, Jonathan, because they're balanced now. I think it always has to start with stopping the run. I think you feel more confident if you got to add an extra guy to pass coverage or stopping the run. I'm adding the extra guy to stopping the run because I think that they're so talented. They're not infallible, but or it's not impossible to get behind them, but they're pretty damn good. And if I'm going to leave anyone on an island, if I have to pick and choose, I'm going to help bolster the run game and leave the guys in the secondary maybe a little bit on their own and hope that and that's a tough ask because it's Tank Dell, it's Nico Collins. Nico Collins is one of the better players in the league that I don't think many fans really know about. I think he had like a 1,300 or 1,400 yard season last year. He's a big guy. He's got speed. Like, he's a hand catcher. Like, he does a lot of good stuff. And they added Stephon Diggs. And you got Dallas Goedert as a tight end. And Joe Mixon's a good receiver coming out of the backfield, but I would start.
They don't have Dallas Goedert. He's on the Eagle. Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz.
There you go.
You're right. My bad. But they have such a balanced attack. I would start with trying to defend the run. That's how I would do it. And they were the number 1 run defense in the league last year, right? So I just sounded like Coach Eberflus, right? So,
right.
So it should be something that they're up to the task.
Okay, I've got an interesting question for the two of you.
We'll see.
We have like that. Let us be the judge of that.
If I told you I could drop C.J. Stroud right now onto the Chicago Bears, and he has the knowledge of the offense, everything, he's C.J. Stroud, or you got to give up everything you got the Carolina trade, which included Caleb, what would you do? Because you'd be drafting C.J. Stroud a year ago at number 1.
Well, it's not just it's Caleb, it's DJ Moore.
That's what I said. Caleb, DJ Moore, Darnell Wright, Tyreek Stevenson, and the second round pick,
and the
next
33rd
year.
pick in the 2025 draft.
Yeah,
I think listen, know that you got all the other stuff, and I still feel really great about Caleb. I would keep what the Bears have. If it was a straight up 1-for-1, which is where I thought you were going, I don't know how you wouldn't go with CJ Stroud. You've already seen it.
Yeah, no. It's everything that you got, or you drafted him at number one.
I like everything that I got.
I like what the Bears have right now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm fine with what it is. I mean, CJ Stroud came out of nowhere. And it's not just about CJ Stroud. The organization was going in the wrong direction. It's a laughing stock. He kept firing coaches after the first year. Yep. And now look at what D'Amico Ryans, who I have as a coach of the year, got a ticket on him. I just think that's a team that's going in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So let's have Tommy weigh in on the bet that you and Shea have with the stake.
So Shea was, Shea. He gets boastful at times.
Yep.
And like 2 weeks ago,
Blackhawks.
Shea
All right.
said to me, "Yeah, you Cubs are done." I said they're going to win 86 games. He said, "If they win 86 games, I'll buy you the most expensive steak on the menu at Chicago Cut." Well, now he's getting nervous because they've taken the first two from the Dodgers, and they've got the Rockies and the Nationals.
Don't be nervous. David and Matty will comp it, Shea. I mean, don't worry about it.
No, they won't. And
they don't know him like that.
They don't know Shea like that.
Wow.
They don't know Bernstein like that.
Okay.
So I said, okay, when I win, I'm going to get a nice glass of wine. I'm going to get some Brussels sprouts. I'm going to have a salad. He said, no, I only said I'd buy you the steak.
Just buy him the whole meal, Shea.
Isn't it implied when you take someone for a steak, you're buying them dinner?
I don't know, but
But Tommy, he's not making Tyler and Meller money.
I see how he gambles. He's winning. He's got gambling money. Oh, I got gambling money. Listen, that's a good point. I would think in theory that it's just implied that it goes along with the meal, but hey, look, you're right. If you take out you want to bring out the calculator and add it all up, it's probably a sizable difference. So I think you got an argument there, Shea.
I'm buying $100+ steak for this man if they win 86 games. That's going to happen. I think the fairest suggestion when we got on social media, Shea pays the steak portion of the bill, whatever the entree includes on the menu, side included, etc.
Yeah.
If we get any apps, we split them. We each pay for our own drinks and desserts. That's simple.
First of all, it's Chicago Cut. Sides don't come with. It's not. This is not Cracker Barrel.
Here's the deal. I get it. I get
Get me like a good caramel apple, by the way.
Yeah.
It's very good.
You stop giving the Cracker Barrel hell.
I understand. But the point there is, Kaplan, I'll get you the steak.
You don't know me well enough to call me.
I'll get you the $100 steak. I'll get you your Brussels sprouts or whatever, but I'm not paying for your salad and your dessert and your bottle of effing wine. We're getting a little crazy.
The bottle of wine would double the cost.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Cap, you and I swim in different pools. There's different rules.
Yeah. Come on, Cap. Just take the W with grace and dignity and understand, what Shea's bringing.
I don't have grace and dignity when it comes to him.
You should. It's never too late to acquire some grace and dignity. It just isn't.
Tommy, I sent you Cap's bill, so it's on your phone.
I'm going to owe him $100 anyway because we had a bet too. I would get a game or a game and a half, Reds and Cubs, and my team sucks.
Oh,
it has
boy.
all year.
And the Cubs will be playing the Reds here down the stretch.
Yeah, but it won't matter at that point. But I do hope that they knock your asses out of the playoffs. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. I don't care.
You're better than that. Show some grace and dignity
you know what,
there,
keep saying
Dad.
that to me. I'm not better than that. I'm not.
You're telling me to have
for
grace
40
and dignity.
years.
You're comporting yourself like a jackaloon.
Yes, I am. And you know that. You know that I have that in me. It's part of my DNA.
Okay.
I love you, Jacqueline.
I love you too. I love you, man.
Tommy, you're the best.